Alright guys, welcome to the 4th episode of First Blood Mid, this time featuring a really weird matchup of Fiddlesticks versus Katarina. Now if you've never played this matchup, if you're Katarina, it's hell, and we're about to see why. Alright, so that was extremely depressing to watch, and we're actually going to go back really far and find out why that play even occurred. We'll go back just a bit further to where it seems like it could be kind of fair. You know, we'll just go back to when the lane starts. So we just have minions getting to lane in a bit, taking their time. So this is how the trades go for Fiddlesticks versus Katarina. She throws daggers, you get sick of daggers, you walk up and start draining her. She tries to auto-attack trade. I'm not even sure why she's doing this. She just lost over half her health in one trade because she decided to auto-attack Fiddlesticks, as if that would do a decent trade during his drain. So yeah, that was funny. Let's continue playing. It's basically the same thing. Every time she gets in range, just drain her. She still has a lot of health pots, so it's okay. She gets drained again. She's barely even trading anything. The main issue with Fiddle Middle is he has no wave clear. Eve comes, just scares her a bit. She starts standing back up. I just keep her at bay. And then here's where they make a weird move. So Nunu goes up to invade the red, however we will spot him. And so then, as soon as we spot him, we're going to call for people to roam up. Eve is going to back, but decides to check her red. As soon as she spots him, she calls for me to roam up. I start roaming up. Katarina sees me roaming up, and there's 5 minions here. She's about half health, and takes a lot of damage from the minions there. Like, a lot. Then it's just her walking away. Riven actually gets a bit of damage on to Katarina, so it's kind of like an assist. She has about 200 health left. She's pretty weak. Heads back to lane. I just scare them off. There's no CC to stop my drain at all, so I'm pretty invulnerable. Then Katarina sticks around. I decide, well, I'm going to make sure she can't get this wave. Really good thing that Fiddlesticks can actually do is his fear doesn't get turret aggro, so he can use this to close the distance. And then a thing a lot of Fiddlesticks do is they drain under turret and sustain through the turret's damage while killing the enemy. And that's what I try and do here. She doesn't stay though. I take a couple turret shots for my trouble. And then I notice that she's staying around like she wants the CS. However, all I have to do is look at her health. It's below 100. My Ignite alone does 130. It says it's on cooldown, but it just came off cooldown. I don't know why it was replay's weird. Either way, I ignite her. She just burns, really depressing to watch, and yeah, that's basically how it's set up. Alright, so I'm basically sitting over the wall, found it, got my ultimate, and I literally just wait for her to walk up. She goes, places the ward, however it's too late. She's already placed her ward, so she can't even ward hop. She doesn't flash fast enough, and just dies. And that's another 1v1 solo kill with no assistance. And we're about to see in a bit, actually, what happens when Nunu actually tries to help her. this is a pretty terrible idea generally, just because if you have a Nunu jungle and no CC mid, this gank is never going to work. And this is just another way you can keep your advantage mid lane. So they walk up, he smites me, I decide I'll just stand around. The crow actually hits his ultimate and stops it, so there's no ultimate burst coming from Nunu. I don't know why Katarina is even laughing here. I just fear and drain. She ignites me. I'm still sustaining through the ignite actually at this point. Drain her to death. Nunu meanwhile is just auto-attacking me, giving me a back rub, and I drain. Nunu decides to walk away because he can't fight me, and then all I do is just heal off the minion wave. So yeah, if you're in your solo queue games and you see an instant lock Katarina and their jungler doesn't have a lot of CC, yeah, lock in Fiddlesticks. It's hilarious. There's literally nothing Katarina can do. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I know this was a bit of a long one, however I wanted to kind of showcase the matchup between the two champions mid, Fiddle and Katarina, and explain why the matchup kind of goes the way it does. It wasn't too much of an outplay, it was more just how big of an advantage you can get just through counter picking it. So yeah, hope you learned something about Katarina not being a super safe pick, even 1v1, and yeah, just be careful about insta-locking that Katarina.